In this video, we're going to find percent of a number, and we're going to start by finding 10%. So 10% is the same as finding 1/10 of a number, which is the same as dividing it by 10. So as I'm finding 10% of 800, it is the same as 800 divided by 10. They share a 0 in common, so that was crossed out, and notice I have 80. So 10% of 800 is 80. 10% of 80 is the same as 80 divided by 10, which is 8. 10% of the number 8 is going to be 8 divided by 10th, which is the same as 8/10. So notice what happens each time is the decimal point actually moves over from where it is at the end of the number one place when we're finding 10%. So let's take a look at this example. 10% of 350 is going to be equal to 35. 10% of 35 is going to be 3 5/10. And 10% of 3 5/10 is actually going to be 35 hundredths. Again, that decimal is moving over to the left. We can use our knowledge of 10% in order to find 15% of a number, or really any percentage. So I'm going to start with a ratio table, and I'm going to put my percent and then my money. It does not matter which side I put this on. So if I am finding 15% of 40, I'm going to start with what's 100%. So 100% is going to be 40, right? Because of 40 of points to where my total is, right? So of the total. So 100% of the number is 40. I want 10%. Well, 10% would be 4, just like we just practiced. And now 5%. 5% is half of 10. So I want to find half of 4, and half of 4 is 2. And now for 15%, I can go in and add these two groups, because 5 plus 10% is 15%, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So I know that 15% of 40 is going to be $6. Remember, I always write the dollar sign first, so it'd be $6. Let's try one more problem. So I'm going to start with a ratio table, and I'm going to start with the fact that I know that 100% is equal to 25, and I'm going to find 10%, so that would be 2 5/10. And now I want to get that to 30, so I'm going to scale this up by multiplying by 3, and I'm going to multiply 2 1/2, right? 2 5/10 by 3, and I'm going to get 7 5/10. So it would be $7.50 is 30% of $25.